Most compliments don't work, not because women don't like them, but because most men don't mean them. Think about it. Every day she probably hears, "You're beautiful," "You look stunning," or "Damn, you're hot." It's not bad. It's just empty. Anyone can compliment what's visible. But real attraction, the kind that lingers, starts when a woman feels seen. When you touch something she didn't even realize you noticed. That's what makes her pause. That's what makes her remember you. Today I'm breaking down 3 compliments that women actually crave. Not the cheesy ones, not the pickup ones, but the kind that cut through the noise because they speak to something real. Her mind, her energy, and her impact. If you want to connect deeper, not to impress, but to understand, watch this till the end. And if it hits you, hit that subscribe. Share this with a friend who needs to hear it, and let's change how we show appreciation. One real word at a time. 1. I love the way you think. There's something magnetic about feeling understood. When you say, "I love the way you think," you're not talking about appearance. You're recognizing the architecture of her mind. You're saying, "I see how you process the world." Most people listen to reply, not to understand. But when you notice how someone reasons, observes, and explains, it's intimate in a way that appearance never could be. Think about this. Women spend years being judged for how they look. Makeup, hair, clothes, constant comparison. But few people ever stop to notice the pattern in her thoughts, the logic, the creativity, the humor, the insight. When you compliment that, it hits like electricity. Try this. You always find a way to see both sides. That's rare. Or, the way you break things down, you make complex ideas sound simple. That's not a line. It's an observation. And observations build emotional connection because they prove you were paying attention. You didn't just look at her, you listened. And that's where respect turns into chemistry. 2. You have this energy that makes people feel at ease. Let's be real, confidence is loud, but peace is powerful. When a woman has presence, that quiet kind of grace that makes others feel safe, that's something rare. And if you've ever met someone like that, you know what I mean. They walk into a room, and suddenly the noise dies down. Not because they demand attention, but because they center the energy around them. When you tell her, "You make people feel comfortable," it lands differently. You're not flattering her looks. You're acknowledging her effect. You're saying, "You change how spaces feel," and that's one of the deepest human desires, to affect the world around us. Every woman wants to feel that her presence matters, that she brings more than aesthetics, that she brings peace. When you name that energy, you validate something most people overlook. But remember, this compliment only works if it's true. You can't fake sensitivity, you have to notice. Watch how she handles a tense moment, how she listens when someone's upset, how she diffuses chaos just by being calm. Then you say it once, simply, genuinely, and you let it sit. That's how you turn a moment into a memory. 3. You inspire me to be better. This one's not for casual talk. It's for when you felt her influence. When someone's attitude, discipline, or grace genuinely shifts your perspective, you owe them the honesty to say it, because inspiration is rare, and acknowledgement is even rarer. When you tell her, "You inspire me to be better," what you're really saying is, "You don't just exist in my life, you've elevated it." It's not romantic desperation, it's respect. It says, "You remind me that I can do more, be more, and live sharper." That's powerful. Because when you compliment someone's impact, you step into a deeper space, the space where gratitude meets admiration. You're not just noticing her beauty or her charm, you're noticing how her standard pushes yours higher. But again, don't fake it. Women can feel when you're saying words you don't live by. If you want this line to mean something, you have to embody it. Actually grow, actually change. That's when it's real, because genuine admiration is magnetic. It's not about taking, it's about rising together. At the end of the day, compliments are not strategies. They're reflections. They reflect what you notice, what you value, and how deeply you see people. When your compliments come from awareness instead of agenda, You stop trying to impress, and you start connecting. Remember this: anyone can make a woman feel desired. Very few can make her feel understood. And when she feels understood, attraction follows naturally, not because you tried, but because you showed up differently. So next time you're tempted to say, "You're beautiful," pause. Look a little deeper. Notice the detail, the thought, the energy, the impact. Then speak that truth out loud. Once, clearly, sincerely. That's how you stand out. That's how you leave an imprint. If this hit home, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more content that helps you build real connection, subscribe, follow, and stay grounded in truth. Because real attraction doesn't start with appearance. It starts with awareness.